So Pablo sent this device to me right out of the box. I will say, honestly, to the touch, it just feels like a very hard plastic, and there's supposed to be metal pieces in the frame that's supposed to make it a little bit more sturdy. And this part at the bottom is definitely like a rubbery material so that nothing slides and slips around. My biggest worry was how much weight could it really carry? So I wanted to do a test where I put some weight against it and see how it withstands. If it breaks under the pressure, we'll see. There, in some of the reviews, people were talking about it being wobbly, so I will test that too and see. So I'm gonna take it about halfway, and I feel like that's not going anywhere. I mean, I really have to be pressing on this to get it to feel like it's going anywhere, and I'm pushing on this as hard as I can, honestly. Yeah. And then I would never have it this high, I guess, to draw, but if I was using it to view something, it would be at this angle, and let's see. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. So it's pretty stable, which is good. I'm gonna put a drawing on here. So we're gonna just open a new layer so we don't destroy our artwork here. I don't want to start anything from scratch because my stress is not, you know, I can't do it. So let's see. And you guys know I've already had a video about ruining my Apple Pencil, so, you know, we don't want to press metal into this screen protector, but I'm gonna see what it does. And it feels very stable. I feel like there's no way this is gonna fall over. I feel very supported. I feel like I can do anything that I would normally do if I had this in my lap or in my hand. So it feels good from about mid-range. Let's take it all the way down and see. One thing I noticed automatically, especially with the iPad on it at this bottom angle, is that it has a bit more of a wobble. I didn't notice this at all when I had it at this level when I was putting pressure on it. I don't know what it is. Something about having something on it, it kind of offsets the weight. Okay, I'm feeling it now. So at the very low angle, it feels a little bit, you would think it'd be more stable, but it's a little less stable. I'm not exactly sure why that is. I guess because it's not using this as much at the bottom. But when you have it all the way down, there's definitely more wobble. And then when you add additional weight to that, like an iPad, that wobble is even more significant. I mean, you can even see with me plumping it on there, it's got a wobble there for sure. So right here, we're stable, we're good. We're not going anywhere. So just bear that in mind if you're thinking about getting one of these. This is gonna be the best angle for drawing. I think that lower angle is probably better for viewing something, which this is a good angle for drawing anyway, for perspective, so your drawings have better perspective, just something just to think about too. And then when I take this up here to this angle, more straight on, it still feels great. I would say this is more of a viewing angle if I'm watching something, but it still works good here. And then taking it all the way, almost 90 degree, maybe 85% of an angle, also still really good. So what type of stands are you using? Put them below in the comments. And if you are thinking about getting this one, what would you use on it first? Wanted to also test a laptop and a Cintiq, which I don't have a Cintiq with me, but I will put my iPad into Sketchboard Pro, which was one of my favorite iPad accessories for drawing. Okay, so we're gonna lock the iPad into place into this very Cintiq-like stand. This is what, a 45-degree angle, and you can already see it's not really able to stand quite a bit. It does say where you can buy this that it is good for a 10-inch to 16-inch. So I don't know if it would be best for this. The Sketchboard Pro does also have legs, so it does kind of stand on its own. But I thought it was interesting because this is the closest thing that I have to a Cintiq here that I wanted to test this out and see. And it's not very sturdy with this one. If you take it all the way down, that wobble is pretty intense. And then if you take it all the way up, it's nice for viewing, which is nice, but not the sturdiest. You can definitely feel that wobble, but I wonder what it's gonna do with a laptop. Let's see. It feels pretty comfortable. I feel like it's pretty sturdy. I know that if I was using this for a laptop, there would be really no need to move this around like at all. It would just sit here, and it sits here pretty nicely. This is that lower angle. I'm not seeing much of a wobble here as I did with the other one, so I think that 10" to 16" is really accurate for this stand. And then taking it all the way down to the very bottom, I'm not seeing as much of a wobble, but okay, I'm seeing it there. But in a normal use case, because this is not an iPad, I would not be touching this on this stand. And I think as a laptop stand, it is excellent. And the cool thing about this is the times that you're not using your iPad, you can use this instead for your laptop. So it's kind of 2-in-1, which I think is really nice for somebody that doesn't want to buy both or doesn't have need for both or maybe doesn't have space for both. You can really get a little bit more out of this to do both of those things for you.